Hello, fellow travelers. I'm Veronica from Human Design Journey with the series about the channels. And we get to the channel of surrender, a design of a transmitter, part of the tribal circuit group. Um, it's the creative channel of the ego circuit, and it's part of the stream of instinct, the 54, 32, 44, 26. And here, we actually get to our oldest instinctual memory, which resides in the bones, um, in the 44th gate, in the spleen, and it's connecting to the 26th, which has the ability to manipulate memory in the interest of improvement and even for the interest of the tribe itself, even though it might not know that it's in their interest. So it's manipulating memory. It's also called the gate of the trickster, the 26th gate. It's the small ego with willingness for improvement. And it's about, actually, if we look at, again, you can see my video about the ego circuit group. But if we look, if we split the ego in two, this will be the social part of the ego circuit, and the 54, 32, and 44, 26, it's part of the money, the capitalist part of the ego circuit. So if on one side it's about um, pat your shoulders, say a good word for you, um, the deal. I'm talking about the deal in the tribe, because everything is about a deal there. It's the stickiness of the tribe. Mm, there is always something expected in return. Those are old tribal ways. And on one side, it's about support, but it's about support for which you cannot really pay. It's what the tribe cannot pay for. While on the other side, and here especially, it's about money, because everything in the tribal system operates through finding financial security for the tribe. The tribal is once their needs are met in the 19th gate, then it's about the genetic potential within the tribe to kind of overcome continuous threat of extinction. The ego stream of instinct, which this is part of this channel, it's about overcoming this threat of extinction through material success. Those are both projected channel, the 5432 and 2644. The tribe is desperate for recognition. And in order to defend itself, it's to feed itself, to educate itself, to remain competitive, it needs money, it needs survival, it needs to be recognized and invited to actually sell for the tribe. The tribal system is really about the ego and the material survival on the material plane. It's a power that enables tribes um, to survive and to have their independence and have their traditions and cultural heritage. And we can look at countries around the world which have a lot of immigrants, like the United States or now Europe, mm, the United Kingdom, Germany. Those people don't really integrate. They keep their tribal ways, their cultural tribal ways, which is thanks to this circuitry. It's keeping them together, carrying this specific genetic material, so that we cannot eliminate a certain tribe from the map of the world and transform it into something um, collective. So the globalization, um, until there is this circuitry, uh, it's not going to become to give way to the fully collective. It's just not possible. Mm, And this channel is actually very talented in its capacity to influence the tribe when when it's recognized and invited to actually sell to the tribe or sell for the tribe or make money of the tribe if it proposes something good. It's about, I have this new and improved version of such and such product, such and such service, and you can get it for such and such money. The tribe wants to be mm, petted and wants to be um, not lied to, but of course, if you go to the shop and you want to buy a fridge, you want to buy the best fridge for that money can buy or the amount of money that you have. So you wouldn't go for the second best or the third best, right? That's exactly what this channel is about. It's new and improved. It's the best for the money you can give. It's the best money can buy. People want to believe that they are buying the best. They know that these laundry detergent, which now new and improved, whiter clothes, better colors, we know it's not possible to have every other month better version of the same product, no matter how much you invest in innovation and research. Those things take time, but we want to believe that we are getting something better so that our money are worth um, more, or that you can buy with a certain amount of money more, or the best that you can buy. And this is exactly what this channel is very talented to scratch your ego, to push the right buttons, change the story, change the memory, so that they can sell to you instinctively, feeling, noticing what will appeal to you. That's why it's called also the channel of transmitter and the channel of the entrepreneur. So the moment that this channel gets support, they know they need to pay for it. They need to give something in return. And the other way around, the moment that they are supportive to you, they expect that you pay for it. And if the 5432 channel, it's more about prestige and um, buy me a drink, or I can use your special parking spot. Mm, Here it's purely about cold hard cash, um, credit cards, payment in physical terms. Otherwise, you don't get support. Um, it's just the way it works. It's not um, something to think it's negative, or it's about tribes and tribes like that. They like their um, security. They need money for education, for clothes, for all the needs of the Maslow pyramid, the basic needs. And you have to pay for those needs. And in order to pay for those needs, you need to make money. So there is always support from the tribe to the transmitter. Even if you don't like the salesman or the person who brings the money, you're willing to support them. So because your own material success of the tribe depends on them. So with their ability to recognize what appeals to the tribe, the transmitter can replace the old with the new, but only if they have the support. And this salesmanship or that they can do, it's a projected channel. It needs to be recognized. It needs to be invited to give its story. And it will, once invited, it gets access to energy and to, it's actually the creative channel of this circuitry and of the ego circuitry. And it's the creative thing here is being creative in and intelligent on how to join the ego strength with this instinctual awareness in order to have the ability to persuade a selected group of people, targeted to be capitalized upon or caught in the enterprise nets, if we can call them. But here it's also this channel, it's about our well-being for a big part. As I said, the 44th resides in the bones, and it's practically one of the main parts of the immune system, because it already prenatally it's formed in the 26th gate, which correlates to the thymus gland. And the 44, we have the white blood cells, the red blood cells, and it's, the spleen is about our well-being on the physical, in the physical realm. And it's looking towards constantly what can be threatening to the health. Excuse me. Then we have learning through meeting forces which are not healthy for you. And then your white blood cells, the killers of the organism, when they find something which is not healthy for you, they immediately attack it. And this channel, you can say that they can be effectively coming up with a message which can spontaneously adjust their sales pitch and to meet the changing market needs, to meet the different threats, so to say, with the white blood cells, able to manipulate, massage the egos of others, and include what actually it's for the betterment of humanity, because they will find what is best for the tribe and manipulate them into getting it before even the tribe knows that it needs it. This channel is great for salespeople, for advertisers, for politicians, diplomats, um, or anybody who is dealing with improvements. It's one of the things to kind of notice here is that it's all about the survival. It is the splenic side here. Also, there is fear of the past in the 44th gate, which helps instinctually that you overcome the threat through material success, finding the right people to put on the right places, on the right spots, to even influence you in your belief system and basically it can change things for you if it's invited and recognized. Your perspective of things with their instinct. And they know these people can be very good, like the 44th is coming to meet. It's alertness to the right energy. It's looking at what power do I need? The ego is power on the other side, the 26th gate, as to move forward and create something new. So the 44th are very good recruiters of talent. They're constantly on the lookout for recruiting new talent. Same is with the 54, 32 actually, the 32, constantly looking to improve the team, to improve the base, the material base, so that because there is the fear of failure. So you need the best of the best of the best and to improve constantly so that you have material success, climbing the ladder, the social ladder. And here we have a continuation of the stream of instinct with the 4426 being on the lookout for something new and improved and bettered, again, as to ensure the material survival of the tribe. And replacing the old with something better, with something new. That's why it's also a creative channel. Taming Power of the Great is the name of 26th Gate, the egoist. In order to remember only those memories which will serve. It's not a good idea that you go to a new job and you start thinking about why you left the previous job where you were not appreciated or it wasn't going so well. Why take it with you? You leave it there where it stays, especially 26 gate 4. Those people should not even 26th gate line 4, excuse me. The name is exactly, I'll tell you in a second. Those people should totally not go back to it's called censorship, back to memories which do not serve them. For instance, practices like rebirthing or going back to past lives and stuff like that can be actually very unhealthy for these people because they need to leave those memories behind. It's called censorship. It's the alteration of memory through elimination. You're eliminating the bad memories just so that you maintain the ego power to go through things. And you can also use it, this censorship, to maintain the status quo. Selective memory in fear of unstrained consequences. The power of the ego maintained through selective memory. And also to exaggerate. 26 gate exaggerates, like, the fisherman, the fish was that big, but they say, oh, it was that big. So it's selective memory. Remember, always in your favor, or always in the favor of what you try to convince others, or the point you try to prove, the promises you're giving. So this channel can really sell ice cubes to the Iceman, Hence, it has the support for that of the tribe, and it's recognized for its gifts. Able to manipulate the tribe for its own good even before the tribe knows it needs it, as I already mentioned. For instance, you get a phone call, let's say your old boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend looking for you, and or they come to the door, and then you just selectively forget to tell your sister that her ex-boyfriend came by. Just because you feel like this will stop them, or this will confuse or something, that it's not good for them. So you will miss that in your memory to mention it, and then it might turn out that the boyfriend was not there to try to restore the relationship. It was, for instance, he was bringing your old memory stick you forgot at their house, which is very important for you. You looked everywhere, you couldn't find it, and with such an important information, and that person with the 26 4 forgot to tell you. So let me not spend too much time on each line, but it's an interesting channel to look at, connecting this ego, which likes to rest, to the 26 gate. It's about um, working with your feet on the table, Not only it's good for your health and for the heart. Here we have the heart center, so that the level of your legs is above or on the position of the heart, which makes it much more productive people with this channel. But it's also about working only when needed. And the ego knows how to do that. If you have this channel, you certainly have a defined ego, which means you're lazy in the good sense. You don't work until the fridge is empty and you have to go fill it in. You're in the meantime, you're like just relaxing in the business club, having drinks with people. Yeah, of course, you're preparing the ground for the deal, to seal the deal later, but there is no urgency. You're relaxing. You're taking a break. That's how also the heart works. If you think about it, it works on pulses. It doesn't work non-stop. It works, it pumps. It works and stops, pauses, works and pauses, works and pauses. So it's here we have the same. You need to pause, and then when you need work done with your willpower, you go and you do it. And as I mentioned here, the immune system, and knowing what to terminate, what to kill, what is the threat to be killed, looking through past threats, and through this fear of the past not to repeat itself, you're able to eliminate, which means you kill them with egoism, in the sense of you destroy them materially, on the material plane. It can be that's a channel directly connected to the ego. And these people can, we define ego, can sometimes be too hard on people, too pushy, um, using their will to even knock you down. Actually, this is the center that even if you have it defined, it can be broken. Your ego can be broken, especially when you're young. And if you have a parent or some other authority which has the defined ego, they can literally smash you, smash your um, self-worth feeling, which can take you a lot of work on yourself, even therapy to restore. And I do know people with defined egos who um, absolutely behave like open ego people, not knowing their worth, um, not making promises or not keeping their promises when they can, and not doing, not using their will. So this is a center which really can be broken down and might never be restored, or it might take a long time to restore. It's a small center represented on the body graph, as you see the small triangle, but it's so much connected to the health, to the gut, to the heart, to the um, uh, gallbladder. And it's so important for our health and for our immune system. Also, here we have the cognition smell, which means that these people are very attuned, or you, if you have this channel, you're very attuned to smells. If something smells like rotten, doesn't smell good to you, run away. And if it smells like success, go for it. You can even cook, if we're talking about physically odors, you can cook with these nose. You don't even have to try the food while you're cooking it because your nose tells you everything. But it's also in, um, in figuratively meaning, sorry, just the word went out. Figuratively meaning also it's about smell. Um, it's a projector channel, so they can smell success or smell when something will not be successful. Trust your smell, trust your instincts that they will tell you what's good for you on the material plane. Um, Being afraid of what has happened in the past and that it doesn't repeat can be in certain instances, it can be in certain situations. This can be good to protect you from old mistakes. But in general, as long as you are connected to the now, to the here and now, which is the spleen, the well-being in the now, and having the ego power to actually do what's needed in order to stay healthy, this channel will keep things running, the immune system running, and eliminating all threats just instinctually, naturally. Design of a transmitter. A lot of people have this channel and they don't even know how good they are in transmitting their new and improved version. They don't see themselves as brilliant salesmen, especially if there is, of course, red, unconscious activation here. Yet, it's not only, of course, it's on material plane, of course, it's about money, heart, cash, or electronic, whatever. but it's also about success into improving something, a project, a product, a service, so as to have a better chance of survival. So if you have this channel, you can be very creative in exactly that. How to survive in the now in the best possible ways so that you climb and develop better, renew, etc. The power of the great. This is about the design of the transmitter, surrendering to the instinct, and if you want to know more about the other channels, you can subscribe to my channel and look at the series about the channels. You can, if you liked this video, I would really appreciate if you press the like button and if you share it with your friends. Would you like to do that? And support me in my climbing up the social media ladder, so to say, finding more followers. And of course, if you want to support yourself in going through this life in the least resistant path, you can look for me, and if I respond and we click, we resonate, I can help you with or support you with giving you a foundation analysis or in-depth analysis, partnership analysis, incarnation cross analysis about your life purpose, or any of the life cycle analysis, which are Saturn return around 30, 28, 30, Uranus opposition between 40, 44, and Chiron return around the age of 50. And currently I am cosmologist in training. Finished all the courses and now getting into certification process. And I will be able soon to provide with life purpose analysis, profile of function, death and bardo for living correctly this plane, this earth plane, and support to the grieving people, as well as 2027 change, the great mutation, about the new species, the race, and etc. Cosmology is huge, super interesting subject, and not only interesting, it really gives answers to questions and puts more questions. Sometimes it's not about the answer, it's about the right question. Well, there are a lot of questions coming up with cosmology and a lot of answers. So if you want to know more, please contact me, DM me, find me on other social media, humandesignjourney.com, or Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, Human Design Journey. I'll be making more content there soon. And I'll be glad to read your comments. Give me some love, and I'll keep responding. The deal here is you give me love, I give you information and love, and I share with you what my knowledge is about human design, my perspective, my experience, and through the experiential way of the human potential. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, and I'll be back with more. Bye for now.